Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Cobra Commander TFW, and I'm joined by the man who has obtained perfection. It's Mikey G. Wolf E3. Hello, Mikey.
Rub me.
No, I don't want to rub you.
Rub me.
No, I don't want
Rub me for perfection.
to rub you. How's it going, Mr. Mikey?
Not too bad, not too bad. How's Andy?
Can't complain. Can't complain. It's been another week. Fact. It has been another week. And there's been another... It is. And there is another week of Transformers news for us to talk about, so we may as well get cracking with the knacking. Mikey.
Yes.
Make toys. It was
Yes.
only a matter of time before they went and dipped into this well. They released a while ago at this point. It's out. It's been out for a bit. The MTR M-11 Meteor, which is G1 Starscream. And now they're doing the MTRM 12 and the MTRM 13, which is Lightning, and Skycrow. Lightning being Thundercracker, no dog, and Skycrow being Skywarp. Not a huge surprise. It's kind of what you do when you make a Starscream. You go, hey, let's just make some easier money. I don't think there's any unique things in the sculpt here. Could I be wrong, Mikey?
No. They're straight repaints.
It's a shame that they didn't do anything with the heads, like the expressions or anything. They are still very Starscreamy. Like, they've each got the smirk face, and that doesn't really work for Thundercracker or Skywarp, I would say, personally.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
But they are a handsome team. They look nice all together, I think. What about you, Mikey? How do you think these two have came out? Is there any that you would prefer over the others?
I think they've turned out pretty well. I think Skywarp's probably got the best color scheme, but that's just Skywarp. I hear very good things about this mold.
Oh, okay. Enough to be tempted.
Oh, nah, I'm not really that big a Seeker guy to pay, and I'm not really into the Masterpiece Seekers anyway. So, but I hear very, very good things about this mold. It got rave reviews. The only one that from Mastermind recently that got better reviews was Galaxy Meteor, who I believe is also being done or has also been done as Thundercracker and Skywarp. But yeah, I think they look pretty solid. Articulation looks on point. Paint jobs look pretty on the mark. I think if you liked this mold before, and you want your Seekers, I think this is kind of like, these are pretty much the only Masterpiece Seekers if you want G1 to get.
Ooh.
Like I said, I did some research into this, and just like the standard is well above pretty much everyone else's go at it. And hey, if you didn't try this mold before, you've got an extra chance. And it may be worth your time to consider one of these guys.
An extra 2 chances, I suppose.
Yeah. Until they do Acid Storm 4 million times.
And Sunstorm.
And Sunstorm. And then, like, I don't know, the weird fun publication repaints of the Classics mold.
Ah, yes. The one everybody wanted.
Red Leader or whatever he was, which was basically what if Andy Starscream had more red.
Oh, yes, that's good, Mikey.
Yeah,
that's real good.
Well, I mean, what do you think about these guys?
They're pretty. They're certainly pretty. And like you say, I've heard nothing but good things about them. I don't think there's an official Starscream in the near future. And if there is, it's probably a long way off, and even longer away for a Thundercracker and a Skywarp. So I think I don't know. Do you know how well these fit in with the Masterpiece? Do they scale well and they're style wise look close enough to the Masterpiece stuff?
They're intended to go with the Megatron and Soundwave and stuff like that.
Yeah, if that's the case, if people say that they work, then these will probably do well for you, I would imagine. I don't hear Make Toys making bad things.
No, it's sounding good.
Yeah. There was also another re-release, or a re-release pre-order that I haven't put up a story for because there isn't. They're re-releasing Mastermind Creations Spartan, if you heard about that this week, Mr. Mikey.
Oh, somewhere Tricky's exploding.
Yes, I think I heard him say that he's not going to bother and he's just going to try the Hasbro one when it comes out. But Tricky, I could be wrong. I could be
You
wrong.
goddamn quitter. He has been complaining about this for years.
Yeah, but there's an official one now. Maybe, well, some point.
Years. Ah, quickie. Quitter. Quickie.
Quickie.
I can't do portmanteaus. Tricky's a quitter.
Like I say, I could be wrong. I just heard that on the grapevine.
You know what? He should stay on the grapevine.
Oh, fuck. He should go back to making wine.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Great boy.
Go back to California, Tricky, and make that fine, sexy wine. I don't know any wine types.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crush those grapes. Wash your feet first.
No, that's what adds the flavor.
Oh, it tastes like a toe jam.
It tastes like cheese. Cheese and wine. I hear people like to do that, so cheese and wine, not cheese and toe jam.
Some people like cheese. Don't know.
I like cheese. What's wrong with cheese? You got beef with cheese?
Yes, I don't like cheese.
What? You're not a good person.
It tastes horrible.
It's
gone
milk
off.
from the finest cows.
That has been left to go off.
Oh, but it's so good.
That's gone off milk.
It's so good.
You're eating gone off decaying milk full of dead things.
I know. And to know that I'm eating the dead gives me power.
And then people tell you, oh no, this is great, I've left it out. Look at the mold. That means it's really good.
I don't do that. That's weird.
Oh, yeah, get away from me, you freaks.
When I see my cheese,
Cheese-loving freaks.
when I see my cheese molding, I'm like, okay, we'll cut that bit of mold off, and we've got the
No,
clean,
Andy, that adds
safe
the
cheese.
flavour. It adds the flavour.
No, that's where people are going crazy. That goes past Andy's level. I'm like a casual cheese lover. I'm not like
You're a
pro cheese.
casual, you're just sniffing your cheese in back alleys. You're not like climbing up the high class pubs and
I'm not
eating
even
your cheese.
I'm not even sniffing them in back alleys. I'm just getting them from the supermarket, mate. I'm a simple supermarket cheese connoisseur. Asda's own cheddar cheese.
Oh
Extra.
wow, ladies and gentlemen, Asda's own.
Asda's own cheddar cheese. Cheddar cheese.
From the finest inverted commas cows.
Yes, that are totally actual cows.
Wow, look at this fine cow over here.
I was gonna say zebra for a zebra sound. I don't know what sound effects zebras make.
Zebra.
Zebra. We're living in the land of Pokemon, Mikey. So elephants go
Zebra.
elephant. But Mikey, do you want to take us on to our next bit of news?
Yeah, what?
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
So, a new third-party company, MDEC, have announced their first project. And, well, they're certainly going for something a little bit more left field.
Yes. Good for them.
This is the MDEC Ion Blaster Commander, a replica of one of the most iconic weapons in the universe of robots that change their appearance. The weapon of a leader, this replica is manufactured on a human scale equivalent to 1/10. Its total length is larger than 3 feet, includes electronic components that mimic with lights and sounds the actions of the version handled by a robot. By a robot hero. Designed for use by right-handed and left-handed people. Filthy lefties. Limited edition with certificate and numbering without possibility of re-edition. In case you didn't guess by now, this is a life-size G1 Optimus Prime prop. It is going to be 39 inches long, 5 inches wide, 13.5 inches tall. It will have 70 light points.
What?
And this is a single release. There will be no re-releases.
I wish you'd said that. There will be no re-releases.
There will be no second purchases. So we've got, I'm assuming these are photos and not CAD models. It's kind of hard to tell these days with the photo ships. This thing is really detailed with stuff I'm almost certain was not on Optimus Prime's actual gun. But they show it lit up, and that's a lot of lights. That's a hell of a lot of lights. There's red lights and green lights and blue lights and orange lights, and there's lots of lights.
Sound effects? Or the sound effects?
They said sound effects were included, but obviously we can't hear them.
We can't hear them through pictures. Madness. I wonder how well it'll sound, whether it will be Japanese Kamen Rider toy level of sound boxes, or whether it will be
Asda's own brand level?
I was going to say America's own brand level, but sure, we can go with Asda's.
Bandai of America level toys.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm Optimus Prime.
Or the wonderful thing they did with that belt. It does nothing else.
Nothing.
It does nothing else. Pay us $50. But yeah, this is interesting because presumably it's either for people who are into their prop replicas or it's for cosplayers. But it's an interesting market. I'm not going to look at the comment section because I'm sure the number of I guarantee the words "if it doesn't transform, I'm not buying it" are in here.
Oh God, I hope so.
So I'm intrigued. I'd be very curious to see if I could see this thing. Okay, I am scrolling down now. I am a wimp. But there's people going, oh wow, this is really nice. This is really nice. Oh wow. Oh cool. Oh cool. And I'm like, do you have any concept about how much this will cost?
I mean, there is no price at the moment, is there?
No, but official prop replicas are really, really dear.
Yeah.
So I want you to imagine what a third-party limited edition prop replica is going to cost you.
What are you assuming, Mikey? What's Mikey thinking?
If it's under 300, I'll be amazed.
Oh, wow, you're going all out.
I could easily see something like this going 350, 400.
Oh.
For a 3-foot-long, fully functioning lights and sound prop replica.
Mm-hmm.
And it's third party, which means it's more expensive for the individual companies to produce.
Sure, yeah.
Also, good luck getting this into America. You know, I'm assuming there's ways and means, but that's for licensed stuff. I don't know how this is going to work out. But yeah, so people are now going like, "Ooh, make the fusion cannon," but I don't know. But yeah, what do you think?
It's really interesting that they're doing this. Like you said, I think the market that they're going for is smaller. I think it will have a bigger appeal potentially than just obviously the cosplayers and people like that. But I think it will kind of dip a little bit into the collector that's like, that's pretty cool. I could hang that on my wall. But I think it's going to be, I would imagine it'd be harder to sell this to someone than say a transforming toy, you know.
Yeah,
it's a very different market from what we're used to seeing.
Very different. It's closer to the statue market.
Yeah. Because you don't really play with this. You just kind of pull the trigger, go pew pew, and then it's less than a Kamen Rider toy, because a Kamen Rider toy has either a good, mediocre, or fucking awful gimmick to it, which you have as much fun or not fun with as you like. With this, it's just you pull the trigger. It's got less than DN's gun.
This goes up on the wall.
Yeah. I think it would look pretty neat on the wall if you could get a decent hooking system for it. I think that'd be pretty boss, but
no, I think it'd be really cool.
Weird.
But I could never see myself spending the kind of money these kind of things sell for.
Well, that you're assuming anyway. I assumed it was like when you said pricing, I was like, I maybe like $250. Then you said 300, and I was like, yeah, I could see that as well.
Yeah. But I'm just I've seen official stuff go for. To be fair, I've seen official stuff go for over $1,000.
Sure.
But I'm assuming this will not be that crazy expensive.
You wouldn't have thought so, because if it is like crazy expensive, that's going to put it even more outside of a niche market.
I think a lot of people are now going like, oh wow, I need to buy this, and they're not thinking about who the target audience is, and the target audience are the kind of people who honestly would throw out $800 or $900 on a statue.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, I don't think this will cost as much as that, but I do think this is for prop collectors. This is for the very rare cosplayer who's got money. It's not for the casual Transformers collector who thinks it looks cool.
I could believe that.
Anyway, Andy, take us on to some sneaky snacks.
Yeah, let me tell you, Mr. Mikey, of some prototype images of the Mastermind Creations Tessaurus.
That's not on my list. We went for something else. Not on my list. That's why I said snakes. The snakes thing doesn't work with Tessaurus. It works with the next one. God damn it.
Oh, Mikey.
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead. You talk about Tessaurus. It's fun.
I'm going to talk about this lovely Tessaurus, and it's fun to make you have a mess of yourself.
You're the one who didn't send a link.
That's fine. We have one image of Tessaurus. It's not much of an image. It's just someone's obviously had the prototype, and apparently he has to send it back or send it to somebody else. They say it's a pretty sizable figure, which isn't a shock since most of the Mastermind Creation dudes are fairly in scale.
Yeah.
to a point. Guessing from the size of him versus the computer screen he's next to, he's at least leader scale, if not larger than that. He's certainly
I'd say
wider
bigger,
than
to be
a
honest.
generic leader. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
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 We don't see his alt mode. We just see him in his robot mode. Looks fairly good. He's got his little claw arms above his head. He's got his holding his tummy for his grinding. His big feet and his big hands as well. And the massive shoulders, Mikey. Massive
Yes.
shoulders.
Yes. That seems to be a thing with the DJD.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. There's no pricing information yet on it, and no release date on it again at all. I mean, maybe if it's coming out this year, it would be at the end of the year, but I would be a bit surprised if it... Well, I wouldn't be surprised, but it would just... I would presume it would more than likely be like a 2019 kind of affair. Like, we'll get maybe more images at TFCon Toronto of the sky, I would guess.
Yeah, I expect so.
Yeah? Is that what you were thinking as well when you saw this, Mikey?
Yeah.
Do you have any
I think-
thoughts on this one prototype image we have of him?
I'm reserving anything until I see something with colors or some alt mode stuff. Because
Okay.
at the moment it just looks like the big guy from IDW, whose name I can never remember because there's two big guys in that group and I keep mixing their names up.
Yes.
But, so I'm going to reserve.
That's fair.
And also, yeah, you did send me the link. But,
Hey! Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Mikey, since you were all about them sneaky, snacky snacks, how about you take us on to the Black Mamba?
You scumbag.
I am the scumbag of the Moonbase too.
So yes, third-party company Black Mamba, who popped up in the scene last week, have revealed 2 new prototypes. They are certainly getting ready for a lot. These are masterpiece-scaled figures. The first is Age of Extinction Last Night Optimus Prime. Now, apparently this prototype had been seen before, and no one knew which company was doing it.
Had we talked about it before, do you think? I don't think we
Maybe.
had.
There's been 2 or 3 different Primes at this stage, and I've kind of lost track.
They all kind of mushed together.
So yeah, this is a transforming Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. He has slightly better proportions than I think the Alien Attack one, the one with the big chest. I think that was Alien Attack.
Yeah.
But he also has gigantic thighs. From the back, his legs are really long. And from the side, he's looking fairly decent. He seems puffy in places, though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like the forearms are really big.
Yeah.
Like you said, the calf muscles or the calf is really large as well.
We also see his truck mode before we go into it anymore.
Okay.
Which is by far the most sort of unforgivingly panelly of the ones we've seen in third party. It looks like it's going for a lot less of the tricks. There's a lot more actual transformation going on in the cab. Yeah. Also, we've got a top-down shot, and it looks like he's got some sculpted detail in there, which is interesting. That I don't know. That looks like it's a completely unique for that mode. But Andy, there's something about this, right, that I look at it and I think, okay, this looks fairly well done. So why is my reaction? I feel like something is off here.
Is it the proportions?
I don't know. I'm looking at a picture of him now, and I'm just like, something is wrong here, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I kind of felt like that as well. We talked about Black Mamba's, what was it, Menasor last week, or Motormaster, I should say, and we were not... I wasn't very thrilled about that. I think this looks better than that. I think they've got the aesthetic down for this Prime way better, way closer to what it should be than what they had for Motormaster. I think there are aspects of this I like more than the Alien Attack one. But like you, I can't put my finger on it. Maybe it is because it's a prototype, and so it's not super clean for a sculpt or anything like that. Maybe that's what's putting me off about it. Or maybe there's something else I just... it's just screaming, no, evil! I just don't know.
You are the devil!
It is bad. I'm wondering as well for the panels on the vehicle mold, if that will be less slap in the facey once it's painted, or if it'll be more slap in the facey once it's painted, because the color will either hide it or accentuate it. I don't know. Or maybe it's more gappy as well because it's a prototype, so it can't be as tight, because if it gets any tighter, it'll explode. 'Cause
Tight.
it's not
It'll be
real.
tight.
It's made out of hopes,
Tight.
dreams, and spit. So I don't
That
know.
is true.
I don't know.
No.
Any other info on it?
yeah,
Is that it?
That is it at the moment.
Hmm.
No release date or anything like that. But next up, we have their Masterpiece Scale G1 Galvatron. We get to see this guy in robot and cannon mode. And oh no.
No.
That's a nice head sculpt. I like the head sculpt.
Mhm.
I think someone had the G1 toy and was too in love with it. The proportions on it are atrocious in robot mode. His head is too small. His arms are actually probably the right size for his legs, but then his chest is basically two people's chests.
Mm.
And even his cannon seems out of scale with the rest of him.
You mean the fusion cannon?
Yeah, it's like the cannon is intended for bigger arms.
Hmm.
Like, it's not just the length or anything, like, it's just so puffy. Really don't like that robot mode at all. Also, the elbow, something about the elbow engineering is off to me. I'm looking at just something about it's off.
I don't think you're going to get much of an elbow bend out of that from the look of the shape of things.
No, but it looks like it's made for a double joint.
Yeah, it looks like it's a double joint, but it'll only get like maybe slightly more than a single joint will or would.
To be fair, I'd say if you could get 90 degrees with that arm sculpt, I'd be happy.
I think there's enough for 90 because there's that little dip in the forearm, so I think you'll get 90, but more than that,
No. The cannon mode looks fairly decent.
It definitely feels like they've gone way more for cannon mode than they have for robot mode, strangely enough.
Yeah, now also that means you have to like Galvatron's cannon mode, which a lot of people don't.
It's fine.
It's a robot lying down, but
Yeah.
but I think it's definitely the stronger of the two molds.
Mm.
It's just who's posing their Galvatron in their cannon mode.
Well, that's the thing, yeah.
But I have like Black Mamba are either I know why I don't like their stuff, or I'm feeling like I don't like their stuff. Also, please, for the love of God, TFW, just report the news. Stop trying to save the news. Just do not say a very cartoon accurate and integrated cannon mode, and try and go, that's fine. Robot mode incorporates loads of elements of the cartoon, but some may think the chest is a bit wide. We should remember it's a prototype and changes do happen.
I mean, that is true. Changes do happen, but...
That is true, but don't try to sugarcoat it, guys.
No.
Just report. Just report the news. Don't be Sky News.
Boom.
Andy.
Yes.
What? Anything to add to this guy?
I mean, it's certainly not Andy's cup of tea. I think this Galvatron, at least for the robot mode, makes me think a lot more of Marvel comic Galvatron. Like that's the kind of feeling I'm getting from it when I look at him because of his weird kind of more puffy proportions. If not the Marvel comics, then the Ladybird book one, because I'm pretty sure that Galvatron was pretty puffy as well. So maybe it'll have a market if it's marketed like that. I have a feeling it won't be because Grey Galvatron is not a thing people usually tend to care too much about for the most part, right? Is that unfair to say?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Shall we move on, Mr. Mikey?
Yes.
Right. Mr. Moon, not actually Mr. Mikey, Mr. Moon Mini Master Series, the MMMMS Fighters.
I judge you, Mr. Moon, for your choice of title.
He likes his alliteration until the very end.
The Mini Moon Master Series.
Yep, the Mini Moon Master Series.
The Mr. Moon Mini Masters.
It's
Mistake?
It's a weird choice for a name, but it's a third party company. These popped up via Facebook. These Fighter, as it is. This is the name of the character. Fighter is a legend scale mold to go with the previous Mini Master, which what was the previous one?
I have no idea. Have we ever heard about these?
I'm pretty sure I would have remembered the name. I'm pretty sure I would have, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, considering the character Fighter,
Yeah, fighter for FYI, because I didn't mention it, is G1 Inferno / Grapple.
oh, Firefighter.
Yeah. Didn't work for Grapple, though.
No, that's oh no, it kind of does.
Does it?
Grapple.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Oh, jeez.
Grapple.
We see image of the vehicle mode and the robot mode. It looks like it's been chiseled out of soap. That's how prototypey it is. So
It's got little like details are drawn on with pen.
yes, with what I'm assuming, not even just pen, but biro, like a biro pen.
This is where pictures will go.
Very obvious screws, but again, maybe that's because it's a prototype and they're not fully screwed in, because if they screwed in too much, it would explode. I don't
Possibly.
know. It's hard to really gauge a huge amount from this because it's a prototype and it's not a very close-up one, so all the details just kind of washed out in the sea of it's very bland plastic. Apparently, they've done another one, as we mentioned before. I don't know who, but I'm not sure your second release should be Grapple or Inferno. At least in my eyes, it's not a very exciting character to go for, but that might just be me. I'm checking back, Mikey. And their other release was a Cliffjumper that I'm pretty sure we never fucking talked about. At least they have a Cliffjumper.
Or Cliffjumper.
Yeah. It's Grasshopper. See you soon. It says.
No, I've never heard of that.
No, me neither. They've also got a Preceptor on their site. Is the Preceptor?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. I thought there's an image which I'm going to send you, which the box art from a distance looks like the Iron Factory Blaster versus Preceptor set that they did. It's apparently their own. I don't know whether that means they're a knockoff. I don't think they're not. No, they're different. I think they're different. No, they are different from the Iron Factory ones. So apparently Preceptor and Blaster were their previous releases in a 2-pack.
Let's see.
Huh.
Oh, why did everything take so long to load?
It's bizarre. I'll send you. I'll copy the image.
It's going. That box looks familiar.
Yeah, it's not got the same figures in though. I've just popped over the Preceptor as well. It is a different Preceptor.
Because the Iron Factory one was War for Cybertron, if I remember.
Yeah, or Fall of Cybertron, whatever. Is that aesthetic? Yeah, this is G1, so
yeah.
Never heard of them before, so
yeah, no.
Oh well. Any thoughts on this, Mr. Mikey?
I can't have any. It's a baseline.
It's too soon, really, isn't it?
Baseline prototype. It's barely in the concept stages.
Yeah.
There's nothing to say here. Maybe
we'll have more news on this later when sites like this let us know, or they'll forget about it, or they won't. It'll just be slid under the table and no one will talk about it. Because one would have thought that if the Preceptor and the Blaster was like super good, someone would have talked about it. Someone would have ruffled some feathers on the sites and be like, yo, these legend dudes are the shit. But I've heard nothing, so maybe that's a bad sign, maybe it's not, I don't know. Talking about bad signs, Mr. Mikey, there was a bad sign last week, was it? What was all that about? Do we have information on what the fuck went wrong?
We do. So last week, I don't know if we reported it, but I put it up on the Twitter that Fire Convoy and God Magnus, the two packs that we were all very excited about, was being recalled due to unnoted QC things. An official statement has now been made over the Takara Tomy website. And according to the document, Takara Tomy has sent out an apology to customers because there's a QC regarding the electronics. Basically, one button that should say Magna Vulcan says Magna Laser, and it's swapped around. There is also a packaging mistake regarding this too. This is the official reason, but I actually have a list printed up by someone on TFW who gives other reasons for possible QC errors with this thing. Takara's given an interesting response, and they will allow you to return your items, but there are going to be no replacements. You will be issued a refund, however. This is only valid in Japan, so if you are an international, you are You might be able to get a refund from the shop that sold you, but obviously no guarantee there.
That's
Yeah, and it doesn't. There's no word about whether they're going to make another wave with the QC errors fixed. But now, who was it on TFW? Cyberpool and TFW said that some of the retailers are saying that this is the big issue, the sound clip. However, a number of reviews are out there that show other issues, specifically one Chinese reviewer who went through things. So, the common flaw spotted in the video. Box. Graphics printed wrongly on box showing Fire Convoy combining with Super God Sword instead of God Magnus. Right. Fire Convoy.
That's not how that works, guys.
No. Now, we are going to assume these QC issues are to do with the general mold and everything else, and not simply someone got a bum figure. You know?
Sure, yeah.
So, right arm, Fire Convoy, right arm back not aligning properly with Fire Convoy's back during transformation sequence. Cab top not flush with vehicle mode. First click of the thigh ratchet joint resulting in Godfire Convoy not being able to pose properly. This has been translated. So there's a problem with the first click on the thigh ratchets. Gun does not fit into his hands. Not comfortably anyway. Cannot do the trademark handshake as God Magnus's thumb cannot fit over Fire Convoy's fist. Workaround method is to twist Fire Convoy's fist 180 degrees and use the underside. That's weird. That's like a key thing of the mold.
That's what I do when I can't shake somebody's hand. I break their wrist and just turn it.
A ladder portion seems to be utilizing a Hasbro mold. The side of the ladder is molded solid for the bottom portion, unlike the previous Takara iteration. I'm not entirely sure I'd say that's a QC issue. That's just maybe they just use a Hasbro mold for it. Matrix compartment swivel not secured with steel rod, so it drops off when it's opened. Missile launchers not assembled. Ugly gaps seen. Common face mask blemishes. Over on God Magnus, mount edge not painted. Weapon sound effect when triggered. His weapon sound effects are screwed up. The voice chip is also incorrectly installed. But you can fix this with a high probability of irreparably damaging the figure.
Oh, good.
Feet connector assembled wrongly. This is fixable, though. I always hate it when someone says it's broken, but you can fix it.
Yeah.
Godfire Convoy's head compartment does not sit flushed for some figures due to light piping for the head, which is also the head connector not affixed properly. Blah, blah. Basically, you have to unscrew his head if you want it to work properly.
Wow.
Some fist assemblies not done properly, resulting in damage of the actual figure. Overall, it's recommended buying if you can open it to check before buying it, and if the price drops. And if the broken sound effects don't bother you. But many issues with this.
That's nuts that it's got so many problems. Here's a question. Do you think, I don't know whether it mentions this in the story that you've got, do you think it's a factory error? Do you think it was a bad run from the factory? Or do you think something else went wrong along the way?
It could be something to do with the original mold. It could be they tried recreating the old mold and fucked it up.
Yeah.
Some people are saying like, oh well, Takara's got a lot of QC issues these days. Like Megatron's got paint chips because everything's painted, or Bumblebee has slightly weak ankles, or something like that. Or I'm less inclined to complain about those. I think those are just either QC errors or hey, you're buying a high grade delicate figure that you're going to. Because you're often just Transformer fans more than collectors, you're going to throw around a bit more than you should. Although apparently the Masterpiece Ratchet MP30 had paint chipping right out of the box. That's not good.
No.
So yeah, like maybe there's a higher percentage of QC issues with the Masterpiece figures. And this is maybe the same people behind it, but we don't know. Yeah, but, people were excited about this partly because there's no chrome and partly because things like the tires and everything else would, work. And it was thought to be a way we'd be able to get these things for a reasonable price. Then the price was revealed to be way too high.
Yeah.
Ridiculously high. And now it looks like the actual figures are fairly fucked over. So it ain't great.
No, very disappointing. Even more so for the people that bought it and then got the stuff and, they've had all these issues, especially for people in the West who probably might not be able to do anything unless the company that they bought it from has a good return policy. If you middlemanned it, which I don't know why you would, dear.
Yep.
Dear.
I'm sorry for your loss. Andy.
Yes.
Take us on to some American news.
Sure, let me take you to the land of Americano, as we have the the return of the purple brush, the purple
Fuck
swipe.
Off.
Here it
I was
comes.
so pissed when I saw this.
Before I go off on it, Power of the Prime's Nemesis Prime packaging and bio was revealed, and someone decided to take the purple pen of death and scribble on it, even though, there was that image that me and Mikey talked about last week or the week before where we saw what the figure looks like.
Mm.
Like, I get if they paint over the Orion Pax figure, whatever they've done to that, it'd be annoying, but, it makes sense, right? Because it hasn't been revealed properly.
Yeah, but this is stolen artwork. This is stolen packaging art.
Yeah,
So why does he care? Or why does she care?
I don't know.
Like, it's that thing. They're like, oh, well, if this was an official release, I'd expect them to, not do it this way. But this is something someone stole.
Yeah, it's
So why,
weird.
if... I really do agree. It's like that. It's this really outdated mentality of, oh, I'm controlling the releases. Oh, I feel special doing this. Just like, either release it or don't. This is just ludicrous.
It is weird. We do get to see the Dark Matrix, which is unsurprisingly just a recolor of the Matrix. And we also see Decepticon Gizzer. Is that redone from something?
I was wondering if it was one of those Transformers Prime Arms Micron.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. It kind of looks similar to that.
I don't know. Like, it seems to be the weapon he's holding in the picture, though.
Yes.
Or at least one of them.
Yeah,
So
he has his
assuming-
red sword, and then he has his other silver shank, and it seems like that bird turns into the silver shank.
Yeah, I'm thinking Arms Micron, but then again, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, it could be. Very well could be. We've got the bio for the characters as well.
Damn near did they try. They even blanked out the word Nemesis Prime.
Yeah, for some reason. So, the bio reads, if Optimus Prime is the universe hope and shining beacon, his evil clone, Nemesis Prime, is its doomsday black hole. Wow. That's awful.
That's terrible.
That's amazingly bad. I kind of like it. That's really good. He possesses the same strength and intelligence as the Autobot leader, but is vile and without remorse. Well, that's a bit mean. And driven to eliminate all on his path.
Maybe this is like one big practical joke, because that's a terrible bio.
It's not great.
Like, maybe the reason everything's purple now is because it's just a regular Optimus and Orion.
Like, all in his path, I wouldn't have thought you would have gone for. I would have thought you would have gone for something like all in his way.
There's a lot in that sentence you wouldn't go for.
Yeah.
Grammatically, it's just a disaster.
And this was the English one. We do have the other translations, but yeah, it's weird.
Sí, Optimus Prime es uno de los de Esperante en al universo. El malvado clon Nemesis Prime es un aguilago negro a destrucción. Él es igual de fuerte de inteligente que el líder Autobot, pero también es vil displadio. Aniquila ando todo a su paso. I am so sorry.
If you speak a different language, please let Mikey know how badly he did.
If you speak any language. Hang on.
What?
Why is that repeated on the other side of the box?
I don't know. It's stupid, Mikey.
Represent a brilliant Esperant. There's I don't know. Like, it just feels like there's the wrong. I am suspicious of this just because this is just so
Stupid.
so poorly handled.
Okay, that works too.
Like,
I'm going with
But,
stupid though.
Stupid, yeah. But then again, like, I think this is the same guy who did the blast off.
Oh, I
back
wouldn't
in
be
the day.
surprised.
Remember that? When we all knew what the toy looked like.
Yeah. Have we seen that figure since that? Has
No.
it actually been revealed in quotations?
I think it's on Amazon or something, or pre-orders up on Amazon. or
But
something.
has the figure been shown as well?
Oh, no, because apparently it's a giant mystery.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Who could it be, Andy? It's gonna be revealed. It's just like it's Movor.
Oh, that'd be good. I'd
would
like
be him.
I'd like what's his name?
Yeah. They did Ruination. Just all of Ruination. Or
Yeah.
Baldig. Oh, and they did it and they called him Baldigus.
Oh.
Or better, they called him Valdigus. Because no one knows what that is.
It's all good.
I think it is Valdigus because it's some like god or something like that. But
Do we know when that blast off? I know this is completely off subject. Do we know when that blast off's meant to come out? Because like I said, it was a long time ago at this point.
I don't know off the top of my head, but
Do you think it'll be a San Diego or whatever next Toy Fair kind of big
honestly,
toy
I
show?
think stuff like this and Nemesis are going to be filler
You think?
because
Well, when I say Toy Fair and stuff, I mean like actually shown. The real thing will be shown at those places. Or do you think it'll be out before then?
No idea. But I do think that these kind of things are coming out because the last wave of Power of the Primes is going to be filler. I think Power of the Primes feels like it's a less well thought out wave or series than the last two.
It doesn't feel as tight.
Yeah, like the other two, they were core concepts. These feel like we decided we came up with this trilogy idea, yeah, and we came up with having the primes, yeah. We'd no idea how to implement them. Oh, so let's just do everyone else's ideas. Yeah. Quickly, War for Cybertron trilogy now. Go. We need to get away from Machinima.
Oh god, if only they could. I don't think there's anything else to talk about with Nemesis Prime unless Mikey has anything.
El Diablo.
Do you want to take us then, Mikey, to Cyberverse?
Yeah, so we have in-package stock images of Transformers Cyberverse Ultimate and Ultra Class toys, thanks to NDA Toys. So, shared bio. Picture this. Me, on Earth, still cooler than everyone this side of Optimus Prime, but I've got 0 memories. Now I'm on a mission to recover my memories and discover all of my awesome powers. You use memories too many times. I'll have to battle Decepticons. Maybe it's real then. It's the same guy. I'll have to battle Decepticons, outrun an explosion or two, and be heroic. Basically, I'm the one. I'm in for one epic ride across the Cyberverse. Bumblebee. Oh no, they got animated Bumblebee and made him a character in a G1 inspired show, and they help.
Oh dear.
He'll never learn.
Wasn't that the premise a little bit of? Do you remember? Oh, what was that offshoot of Batman Beyond? But it had that robot.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. What was that?
He was a robot built for the army.
Sigma? No, because I remember that episode of Batman Beyond, and I remember they did a show of it. I was just what?
Yeah.
And there's one episode I think where Terry shows up.
Oh really? What in his series?
I'm assuming there must be. Because, I mean, Static Shock has the Justice League.
That's true.
And Teen Titans even calls out the Justice League. And they were just like, we're never going to say they're in the same thing.
No.
Also, apparently Teen Titans is coming back.
I don't believe it.
I think it's going to be... It's an Adult Swim thing, so I think it's a Samurai Jack moment again.
When I say I don't believe it, it's because I've been hurt too many times and I've seen what the live... I mean, I don't care that much about the live action thing, but I saw it and went, oh no.
I haven't seen anything about that.
You haven't seen the image of Beast Boy, Raven, and Starfire from the new Titans live action show?
No, I hadn't seen. Why are those three on the Titans? They've never been on the Titans, but they're not part of Titans. They're Teen Titans. But no, I haven't seen any of the images.
It's
Go ahead. Let's see. Load. Okay, Robin. Nothing's loading. Hawk and Dove. They look okay.
Sure.
Okay. Titans. Oh no!
What color's Beast Boy, Mikey?
No. Why? What? No! It's just Jacksepticeye. That's a YouTube gamer guy when he dyed his hair green.
Isn't it just the saddest cosplay you've seen?
It's like I did it.
Yeah. Well, Mikey, Cyberverse. Tell me about Cyberverse things.
There's a Cyberverse?
There's a Cyberverse.
We had descriptions for... I need a moment. We had descriptions for Ultra and the Ultimate Class, and we see Megatron, Optimus, Bumblebee, and Grimlock and Starscream all boxed. So it's the two sort of leader-scaled leaders, and the Voyager S scale stuff. In terms of the actual figures, I'd say there's nothing new. We do get sort of our first good look at some of the character models, though. Megatron and Optimus, not so much, actually.
No, Prime's really obscured by his laser blast. Megatron, you can get a decent idea how he looks.
He looks like someone's put something heavy on his head and it's a little squished.
He looks like G1, like G1 Megatron, just a little squat.
Yeah. Bumblebee looks pretty much like the promo images we've seen already.
Yeah.
Grimlock has him out. Yeah,
I thought they were going for G1 aesthetic, Mikey. What the hell?
Well, his toy has the faceplate, but I know the faceplate has teeth, so. But Grimlock with a mouth is an odd thing.
Yeah,
because he's still got the shape of like he's got Grimlock, the kind of cheeks and everything else. He's got that structure in his face, which is not how you make a human face.
No.
But I do like that Rex. Like, it helps it's on fire, but... and Starscream, kind of like Megatron, is like G1 Starscream, a bit squishier.
Not just that, Mikey. Look at them lips. Those kissable lips. Or at least
God.
top lip.
Yep.
It's like he got black lipstick and just put it on the top lip.
Now we'll get him a curly red wig. He can be in Titans.
Yay!
Oh my god, it's been a weird day. Andy, any thoughts on Cyberverse stuff?
As before, I'm not super impressed with it. It's certainly, as mentioned before, not for me. I think I'm interested to see what the price point on these things are going to be, because they look like they are very much in the realms of the Rid toys, and the Rid toys I thought were too expensive for what they were a lot of the time. I think they were only decent toys once they went on sale. And I've missed out, I think, on the ones I actually wanted. The packaging for the Starscream and Grimlock and Bumblebee is a weird shape, because it doesn't look like they have a clamshell over the top of them either. It looks like it's so that the kids can poke and fiddle with the toys, sort of, so they can maybe try the gimmick out, I'm guessing. But it doesn't look like it's fully covered, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know. Very similar packaging ideas or look, I suppose, to Rid as well. But I do like the gold yellow for the highlight for the Transformers stuff, and then the blue for the background. That makes it pop quite nicely as packaging. But yeah, these ain't gonna be for Andy, but that's fine. That's okay.
Yeah. In that case, take us on, Andy.
Do you want to shit your pants, Mikey?
I choose not to.
It's not a choice, it's a lifestyle. As people in America, those of you who have a discount store called Ollie's near you...
Fuck you.
Yeah, no. You're quite right to tell them to be fucked. Because if you haven't already, well, even if you have, I suppose it's kind of worth getting. You can go in, if they have them, of course, and they have... you may recall when the Fort Max was dipped to $55 in Ross in late 2016. Well, these guys have got the Triptychon for £12.
What?
$12. 12.
What?
$12.
What?
12 whole dollars.
What?
Less. Well, if you convert that to pounds, that's far less than a deluxe figure, which can run from 18 to 23 pounds.
What's that in pounds, Andy?
What, £12?
What?
$12, $13.
Yes, Andy.
I'm gonna take a stab and say probably 8. Is that about
What?
right? Probably.
What?
Yeah. Yeah,
Jesus Christ on a bike.
that's a pretty good deal. That's
How?
not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing maybe it's a Toys R Us thing. They're like, we have too many of these, and just threw boxes at this company.
A crying Toys R Us manager just came into their shop, left a bunch of Triptychons outside and swaddling in the night, and then went away in the rain.
I can only
This
assume
is a good toy. Needs good home. Very quiet, well-behaved toy.
Now, I'm not saying that you need to show, if you're an American fan and you've got an Ollie's near you and you listen to the show, you should buy one for Mikey.
No, I'm saying it. If the shipping's less than 25 and you do not go, I bought this for 12, here you have it for 50, I will 100% take a Triptychon. Not kidding. I still got sales money from my eBay sales stuff. Do you know what? Some of that stuff I was planning to put that money on can wait. So if someone has an Ollie's and can get this and ship it for me for not crazy money, I will give you your money back. I am not joking.
He's not joking.
Because this is fucking insane. Even if I hate the thing, I could sell it for twice the money and make a profit.
That's the thing.
So I put, I hate this. eBay for €20.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go on then. Go on then to go the most Irish. Like, otherwise, Jesus Christ, I'm like, why would you ever price this like that low?
I don't know. I'm sure at one point I saw like stupid, I heard, I should be clear, I heard about crazy deals for Fort Max, but I don't think it was ever to like $12.99.
No, I've
Never
seen
got to
Fort
that.
Maxes go for 40
Yeah.
when they were overstocked.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I spent more than that in petrol today.
Yeah, here's the thing. You could probably get two and redo one as Gigastorm if you wanted.
Oh my god.
Because at $12.99, who gives a shit?
There are Easter eggs that cost more than this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fuck all of you.
If you are on the fence about this figure,
fuck you.
I think the main thing is if someone has a store near them that has this, and if they haven't already sold out of these.
Oh yeah.
You know, that those are the big key components here. If you have a store near you and you have this, there's not a reason not to get it. Just because
really isn't.
of
like I said, even if you're not interested in Trypticon, you could even pull a scalper thing and double or triple your money without seeming like a dickhead.
Oh, see, I was gonna say that you could buy it and then give it to like those
give it to me.
Those charity runs.
Me, I'm a charity.
Yeah,
charity in aid of me.
You give it to a charity.
I wanted this thing for ages and I could never afford it.
I was more in
God.
that I wouldn't mind this, but I'm definitely not going to pay that much for it. I mean,
No.
I was sitting on for the longest time. Once it gets to 80, I'll consider it.
Yeah, me too.
12.
It never got to 80 around
No, it never got to 80. I think it got to 80 once and then went, no, push it back up. And you're like, oh, come on, fucker.
Yeah, that's. I checked. There are no Ollie's bargain outlet related shops in Europe.
I'm not shocked. It sounds like an American, a very small American store, but I could be wrong.
200 and something shops. I don't know how that classifies.
Across the entire America? That's not a lot.
About across the Americas.
Yeah, the Americas.
So yeah.
If you've got one, I'd say it's worth at least ringing them up before going there.
Ring up and say, "Do you have a dinosaur robot?" I do, but I was going to throw him out. What? Well, it's so overpriced.
$12, ridiculous.
I wouldn't pay that for my wife.
Well, Mr. Mikey, do you want to take us on to the last two stories of the week?
No, I don't. It's been a weird couple of minutes.
It has. I've shown you things.
Titans to this.
Yep.
Although I will say Titans is the one that hurt me more.
That's good. Oh. That's good.
But yeah, the Nordic Transformers Convention retcon. I get it. Is coming back for their second year. This is going to be on at the 2nd of June in Helsingborg, Sweden. So this is being sponsored by Hasbro Nordic. So hey, some official stuff in there. Yeah. And we'll have its own convention exclusive comic, The Skin I Live In, which features a script by Simon Furman and an exclusive B-Mog figure, the Kuma. Now, if you don't remember, B-Mog is by Trent Troop. Over on Shapeways, they're a line of weapons that are also animals that you can kind of build up and build across.
Yeah.
The Canadian Monster, we reviewed one once. Fans attending will be able to meet several guests, and these will include Nick Roach, whose credits include the IDW Records trilogy, Last Stand, Sins, and Requiem. James Roberts, who you literally couldn't keep out of a Transformers convention within traveling distance. And interesting inclusion at the end. Very interesting. Eric Holmes is coming in.
Who is Eric Holmes?
Eric Holmes is the author of Megatron Origins.
Oh, really?
Yes. For those of you who don't know, Megatron Origins was originally scripted for Dreamwave era before it collapsed into a fiery ball of shit. Which means Eric Holmes is old school. So he will also be in attendance. I've never seen him at a Transformers convention before. So really, really interesting. If please, if there's a panel or anything, make sure someone records that. I'd love to hear his thing. So Retcon will be held at the Hotel Good Morning Helsingborg. Okay. In southern Helsingborg on the 2nd of June. Check out the website. What's the website link? It is retcon.se/retcon for more information, and follow Retcon on Facebook for further updates. Yeah, I think this is pretty cool. Andy, are you rushing to Sweden?
I'm not rushing to Sweden, but I'm happy for the Swedish to enjoy a Transformers convention and some fun guests.
I'm never happy for the Swedish.
Oh, geez, okay.
They took all our snow.
No.
Give it back!
No, I think they can keep it. That's fine.
But finally, in convention news, we have the man, the myth, the legend, the chocolate orange, the sweetest sweet, the gift that keeps on giving. Alex Milne will be attending TF Nation 2018. I feel like I shouldn't have to do this, but just in case you don't know who Alex Milne is, you're drunk. But he's worked on Devil's Dues, Transformers vs. G.I. Joe. He worked with Dreamwave, basically trying to hide the fact that he wasn't Pat Lee, because Pat Lee isn't real. He's a conglomerate of evil that was created by the opening of a wormhole to space. He's worked on Drift, he's worked on Chaos, he's worked on Megatron Origins, he's done movie stuff, he's done More Than Meets the Eye, he's done a little bit of Lost Light, he's done Rom vs. Transformers Shining Armor, otherwise known as the best book of last year, and he is going to be doing the book to end all books, Transformers Unicron. Alex will be there all weekend to meet fans, sign autographs, do artwork, scare you off because he's an intimidating but lovely man. Make sure his commission list will probably go up in a not too distant future. It fills up very quickly, and I have seen it fill up in a day.
Oh, yeah.
So when it goes up, guys, get in as fast as you can. And I would personally recommend get as much non-Transformer stuff as you can, or at least some sort of fun stuff. I have seen some of the anime and cartoon and whatever stuff Alex has done, and it's super cool, and we do not see enough of it, to be completely honest. I would love to see Alex on non-Transformers books.
Something from Legend of the Overfiend. I'm sure he'll...
Yeah! Oh my god, yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah. You don't have to know what it is either. Just request it. He'll believe me. He'll fill you in.
Or the Blue Girl.
Yeah. I think that's another good one. I think these are all good. Bible Black.
The classics. The classics of the past.
Yeah, these are the ones that a lot of us got introduced to as an anime in our early anime days, and they left marks. They left long marks.
Sticky marks.
Make sure not to Google these things beforehand, because I think it's always good to learn by doing.
Yeah, just never learn is also a good way to go in life.
No, they need to learn. Learning's fun. Learning's fun. So TF Nation 2018 is going to be on 17th to 19th of August at the Hilton Birmingham Metropole in Birmingham, England. Alex will be joined by Nick Roach and Jack Lawrence, John Paul Beauvais, James Roberts, Mike Collins, Stan Bush, and Daniel Reardon, DC Douglas, and more guests are yet to be revealed and announced. So keep your ear to the ground, guys. Andy.
Yes.
We like meeting Alex at conventions.
Yes.
I don't like keeping him up at night, but unfortunately it has happened.
You do that.
I did it one time.
And he'll never forgive you for it.
No, he really won't. Oh dear. But it's always great to see Alex. He's a really... We take the piss out of him, but he's just because he's kind of a very decent guy who really gets into the con spirit. Mm-hmm. So he will never stop working. So if you want to talk to him and you think, oh, well, I don't want to interrupt him while he's working, just talk to him. Just talk to him. Because he won't stop. The man is a workaholic. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a good run for the old comics. No John Barber, I should say. Faux shame.
Who is James Barber? Is it the mix of James and John mixed together?
Well, when the IDW universe dies, that's going to be the new writer. James Barber. Kill us. No, you must write. You must write. But yeah, so I would love if we got John over finally.
Yeah.
Especially while he's still writing for the comics, just in case he doesn't come back after Unicron.
I'd be up for that.
Because he's a cool dude. And his time zone is annoying.
Yes.
Any other thoughts on this, Andy?
No, I don't think so.
in that case, that is it for news. There was a small thing that a billionaire is looking to buy Toys R Us for $894 million.
Yeah,
like
I didn't think it was worth mentioning because until something happens, who really cares?
Until we either see someone throw a wad of money or someone put a bullet between Toys R Us's eyes, there's really nothing to say now beyond God only knows.
Yep.
So Andy, yeah, that's it.
Well, then I'll ask you, Mr. Mikey, what have you been up to this week? What's Mikey done for fun?
Done for fun. I've done a bit this week. Did some comic reading.
Oh yes.
Some non TF stuff. Apart from my usual stuff, because I've got a little bit of a reading list I go through every couple of months that I catch up on. But IDW brought out their new Sonic comic this month. And I think they're releasing like 4 issues in the month.
Oh, okay.
Just to get it out there. I was very curious. I've never read the Archie stuff. But I know some of the drama that went on behind it. There was a big kerfuffle about the use of original characters, and then there was a big lawsuit, and the lawsuit contributed basically to the entire universe being reset, and Sega coming in and being incredibly heavy-handed in what could go into the book.
Yay!
Like Sonic couldn't emote.
Okay.
Sonic could never lose.
Right.
Like, at most, he could go 1 issue without appearing to lose. There was no, like, Amy, there was going to be no other romances with Amy.
Okay.
And Amy could never actually get anywhere. Basically, it needs to be like I think there was something like there needs to be as little story as possible.
That sounds like a really good comic.
That sounds like a Sega comic.
Mm-hmm.
But Archie was like famous for the world building and everything else, so that's why I will go back to it now. It's finished. I'll probably stop once we get to that stuff. But the writer Ian Flynn came over to IDW and he said that the restrictions are a lot less now.
Oh, that's good.
Possibly because IDW does tend to go like, you don't know how we play things, and this will be different. Or else we're not doing it. But I had to read the first 2 issues. Surprisingly interesting.
Oh.
As I am a guy who will never accept a Supersonic who's not trying to murder us all.
Yeah.
But that's actually one of the reasons I avoided Archie for as long as I did. I'm not kidding. But this was interesting. It seems to be based after the most recent game, or at least what I'm told the most recent game is like. And it's Sonic. It's sort of going over where everyone is. Like Tails is like, oh, Eggman's gone. Don't think this is good. And Sonic is a lot more like the British Sonic was. So he's kind of just a prick, a likable prick, but he's a prick. I get there's a bad guy hint to that, but I get the feeling it's not going to be Robotnik Eggman, whichever one you want to call him. If I was to put money down, I put Metal Sonic. Just because the speech bubbles look like they're robotic. And they're blue as well. So yeah, it's not a bad read. I'd actually say check it out. And like I said, by the end of the month, you're going to have the entire series, so you might as well go through it. I also caught up on the Power Ranger stuff.
Which Power Ranger stuff?
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Saban's Go-Go Power Rangers.
Oh, comic series, you mean? Sorry.
Yeah. So this is Boom Studios' ongoing comic series, which is currently going through its first big event, Shattered Grid. Now, I've read bits and pieces, like individual issues from individual arcs, so I knew who Lord Dracon was, and I knew that Zed wasn't really a factor, and I knew that there was some stuff that was set in the Ninja era, and some that was set before, and Go-Go was a prequel series, and blah, blah. But I've never sat down and read the whole thing. And I was curious because it has rave reviews as a series. So I read the whole thing. I am now up to date. I've gotten to the first issue of Shattered Grid. That's a really good book.
Oh.
The only thing they don't do is make the Zords alive, but they're trying to be a bit... They're referencing Power Rangers, not Zoo Ranger, so I like living Zords. But the character work is excellent. There is realistic, believable conflict. There's some interesting takes on the dynamics, like Zack doesn't trust Tommy for love nor money. And Tommy and Billy are really close, like closer than Tommy and Jason are. Trini is kind of feeling like people see her as the less smart version of Billy sometimes. Okay. Which is interesting. There's time travel, there's alternate realities, the Go-Go stuff is all prequel stuff, and that was better than I was expecting by a long margin. There's also partner comics, including Bulk and Skull and Squat and Babu, so it's a bit weird. But there's also, the annual is amazing. The annual, I've read 2 of the annuals, but they, like, one was dealing with the trauma the Rangers go through being teenagers, having to essentially fight a war single-handedly. But then I think in the same issue, we also had the incredibly dark origins of Finster. Remember Finster?
I do.
Holy fuck. I won't spoil it for anyone. I would recommend reading it, but not only is it incredibly twisted, but the art is something else for that kind of story.
Mm.
I was disturbed on numerous levels. But then there's, I think in the same issue, you've got Goldar and Scorpina go to a fair. And Goldar doesn't want any of the prizes until he realizes one of them is a tiny Goldar, who he refers to as Tiny Goldar.
Nice.
And then someone breaks it, and he's not happy. And also, like, Goldar's disguise for moving in public is Goldar without his armor on, wearing a hat. And everyone's just going, wow, that's great Goldar cosplay. But he just looks like a lion wolf in a hat. But yeah, like, really, seriously, if you want a comic read and you're not afraid to go into franchise comics and stuff like that, really worth your time. I'm very interested in the Shattered Grid stuff. Apart from that, we had some Kamen Rider stuff. So Build 30, I think, which introduced Cross Magma, which is the new form of Cross, because he lost charge recently. On the one hand, there is stuff I liked in this episode. The action's pretty damn solid. I liked Magma's powers. And Stark is great fun because it's like, oh, I'm using the suit and the powers, but I don't need them. I could take you out without ever changing forms.
Mm.
But this was exposition the episode, and it was handled poorly.
Oh.
Because they did that thing where a character comes in and says, oh, there's this big reveal. Oh, wow. And I'm not going to tell you how I learned any of this.
Right.
But we're going to have long segments of me talking, and literally they ask her, oh, how did you come across this? Oh, yeah. Oh, you're better off not knowing. Oh, you're better off not knowing. It's like that Destiny thing. I could tell you, but I won't. But it was, for me, that's very badly handled exposition, and I expect better from this show.
Sure.
Because that is, we wanted to get all these facts out, but we didn't bother coming up with a reasonable, believable excuse for them to be there. Or we didn't do the smart thing and lay these things down over the course of 10, 15 episodes.
Right.
It's all jam-packed in there. So you got to fight, and then you cut to talking. Fight, talking. But yeah, it was just, the exhibition was really badly handled in my opinion. And I expect better from this show.
Right.
So, not my favorite episode. Also, the Magma suit, as much as I like the action, I can get over the colors, but it's way too bulky at places. Because it's basically just a Cross suit, sort of gone nuts. And it shows that it's a retool. But apart from that, we had, Andy.
Yes.
Andy, continue. It's a good week. Because finally, the first another ending for Kamen Rider Exade was subbed by a reputable subgroup.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah. So I saw you send Chris a message about this.
Excite subs. They said they've got Paradox's one almost done, and Genom and Laser are coming next.
Oh,
so
very good.
I think in the next fortnight or so we should have all 3.
Ooh.
But so for anyone who doesn't know, Another Ending is the sequel trilogy to Kamen Rider Exade, one of the best Kamen Rider shows and one of the best shows I've seen in years. Also the show that caught everyone by surprise. So each movie is based around 2 of the riders. So the first one is Brave and Snipe. It's mostly about the girlfriend from the show, and Love Rika's back. Amagasaki Ren, the sexiest monster who ever lived. And also, Dan Kuroto has a scheme, and he's alone in a mansion with European operatic music playing.
Fantastic.
and it's just like, the bues, Andy. The bues.
I don't believe he can buehehe better than Kuroto Dan.
Oh man, the man, there is no man who bues like that man. Dan the man is back, and wow, I was way more emotional watching this than I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it's like to what it would be like to watch this without being familiar with the show, so I don't.
Well,
I'm missing out.
I would ask who would. Especially
there's
when
someone.
when it's called Another End. To me, that suggests that there might be some other things to watch prior to this.
I'm sure there's someone who's going in Raw. So I
Never going for Raw.
but I really liked it. I like some writer stuff that other people don't, but I thought the character work in this was pretty solid. Hero is interesting in this because he's a lot more restrained than I was expecting him to be. Taiga is beautiful in this. He's gone full snipe, and if you've seen the snipe specials, this is a great cap to the character.
Right.
Nico's a bit of a weird one in this.
Do they still not know what to do with her?
Well, kind of. I get what they were going for. I just think it was a bit messed up, or a bit haphazard how it was handled. Right. Also, like, in 10 years, it's just going to be revealed that Nico and Taiga got married once she was of legal age. I'm sorry, that is happening.
It's weird.
It's weird.
But they're like brother and sister, Mikey.
Well, they're going to be like Japanese anime brother and sister con. I believe the term is siscon, or brocon.
Eromanga Sensei, here we come.
I still haven't seen that. I might watch an episode.
Genius.
But yeah, there is literally a sexy villain.
Good.
Like, she is there to be the sexy one, and Kiria is amazing with her. There's just a great bit where she hits on Hero, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to go cut things because I'm the world's greatest doctor." Blah blah. And she's like, "Oh, the cute ones always get away." And in the corner, you suddenly hear. And Kiria looking incredibly awkward, just like, look at me. Look at me. Yeah, there is a bit of a twist at the end. There is some great continuity. Like, why Lovrika and the girlfriend Saki are back, explained, makes perfect sense within the context of the world. Because it's the same writer and he knows what he's doing. I enjoyed it. It's not the best X8 has ever produced, but I think it's a very solid continuation. I am way pumped for Paradox's one, because you know me, I do love my Paradox. And I am super, super pumped for the last one, because God, the Maxion Mighty X. Have you saw the Gashat for that, didn't you?
Oh yes.
Oh my God. Andy.
Yep.
And they did a good thing with that toy.
They did a very good thing, and our friend Brickanada has it.
So does Chris, but he's not my friend. He's a dick.
Well, Chris is just bad people. I did see someone on Twitter put up a picture, and they had every single version of every single Gashat that has come out, including the candy toy ones, and they've got them all in the cases.
Yeah.
So he's bought like multiple Gashat cases to put them in. It looks super cool.
I hate him. Or her, I can't tell. But
yeah.
You're bad people. So yeah, another ending, it's out there, it's starting, Excite subs if you want to watch it now. They're a pretty good sub site. They're a nice sort of midway between TV Nihon and Overtime.
Right.
Because I don't like how Overtime are way too self-aware with their anglicizing things. But yeah, so I've rambled on far, far, far too long. Andy, how was your week?
It was okay. It wasn't super amazing or anything like that. I watched The Shape of Water.
Oh, any good?
There was no fish penis in. 1 out of 10.
Boo. I saw a review that did that. Is that what you're referencing?
That is what I'm referencing. What an amazing review. No fish stick in this movie. 1 out of 5 stars. As a movie, it's got really good visual style. It looks really pretty. The story's not for me, but I don't think it's badly done. I'm just not a romance person, even if it is with a horrible Cthulian fish person.
There's a part of you that wants to be?
No, because then I couldn't have my human things, and I like my human things, and I wouldn't want to be wet all the time.
Hey-oh.
But yeah, it's interesting. It just wasn't a movie that I would want to watch again, because it's not that kind of movie for me. But if you like Del Toro's other work, there'll be something to appreciate here. Didn't he do Crimson Peak? Is that what it was? That was the horror romance thing, wasn't it?
I think he was involved in that. I don't know how involved.
He's probably more in that kind of idea of storytelling, the genre, because it is a love story. But yeah, it's okay, but just not for Andy. On the same day, I got another Figure-Rise kit. Finally, I got my Perfect Cell, which took ages to arrive because it was sent and then it went back to Japan, and then the guy went, "Oh, it came back. Let me send it out again." I was like, "Yes, please do."
Did he charge you?
No, he didn't. I would have complained. I would have told him to fuck off if he did. He was a very nice seller. He was very appreciative of me being, not an asshole about it. Because I could have easily been an asshole saying, "Oh, come on, where's my fucking figure?" Blah blah blah. But I was just like, no, whatever. It's the post. The posts are usually not great. But the Cell figure's really good. He's a much improved figure versus the two androids that I have. No bits really fall off. The only parts that have looseness to them are the hands, just because they're really easy to like pull out of the joints. Because again, there's no polycaps in there. But I think that's just going to be a problem with all the Figure-Rise figures. Lack of polycaps just make things a little less sturdy and well made. But I like Cell a lot more. His head stays on. The way that the neck works is far better. Like I can roll his head forward and it doesn't just fall off the peg like 18s. And with 17s, who I'll do a video on eventually, the way his head works, his neck just kind of droops down, like it kind of knocks down. There's nothing to lock it up in place, so his head can kind of knock forward and make it look like he's burying his head in his scarf, which is a tad annoying. But I'm really happy with Cell. He comes with a charging Kamehameha little effect and an actual Kamehameha effect.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's more than you get with a figure art. Figure arts barely do any kind of effects parts, so it's pretty neat for that. I just wish he had more hands and more faces. One face is the smirk, and the other is kind of a screamy ha kind of face. It's enough, but more faces and more accessories are always something that people would like, and I don't blame them for it because I would like that too. Apart from that, I set up a Amazon.jp account. Because I want to do something tonight. I want to buy the Soto builds set that has level 1 billion in. I'm probably going to do that because it's like 3,900 yen or something like that, not including shipping and postage. And I want to find out how much that will be, and then I'll probably do that tonight.
Yeah.
What else? I bought Broly as well because I was so impressed with Cell.
Broly.
Broly was something. I can't remember the words.
Why are you so strong?
So he'll be coming at some point in the future. I'm looking forward to getting him because he'll be in. He was expensive, but he's a big fucking kit.
Oh yeah, he's huge compared to the other ones.
Yeah, so it makes sense. Why he would be a little bit more pricey. I did more Dark Soul in. And I also forked up some money for a friend, Mr. Chris's birthday present. He told me he was watching my Dark Souls playthrough, and I was like, oh, that's very nice. And he's actually thinking of buying Dark Souls for the Xbox that he has. And I was like, oh, very good.
One sale made.
I know, right? I've done my
Sponsor
job.
him. People who made Dark Souls. I don't remember their name.
FromSoft.
FromSoft.
He said, if you see one like, that will be from me. And I was like, oh, that's appreciated, Mr. Chris.
That's
as long as you're not that dirty one, that dirty down thumber who's on like every video. Down vote. Boop.
Only down,
never up. Was there anything else of real significance? I've just been going through more Dragon Ball. That is a fucking brutal show. Goku murders a fuck ton of people.
Yeah, have you seen, they do the people X killed for Dragon Ball, and some people have been doing art of it?
All right.
Yeah, so obviously Vegeta has the tallest pile.
Sure, yes.
Because it's just him standing on a pile of people he's murdered.
Yeah.
So you can imagine how tall that pile is.
Yeah.
Gohan's is just the cells.
Yeah, makes sense, sure.
Yeah. Goku's is surprisingly big, but it's only Dragon Ball characters. And Kid Buu.
Right.
And Yakon. I think that's it. Because I don't think Goku killed anyone apart from Kid Buu and Yakon in Dragon Ball Z.
I guess you might be right, actually, thinking about it.
And I think in Super, the only person he's killed is Frieza.
Yeah, well, most of the other stuff was tournament shit.
Yeah, but... Yeah, because Trunks... Yeah, Trunks killed Zamasu.
Yep.
And yeah, tournaments. But so yeah, it's just there's just a pile of dead bodies that
pretty-
Goku's on top of and looking happy.
Like I was kind of surprised by Mercenary Tao just throwing a spear through the Native American guy's chest.
Oh,
And I was like,
yeah.
whoa, this is a kid show, bro.
That was a dick in that.
Yeah, I don't know how you rate this show though, as in like age rating,
Oh,
because
it's not a kids show. It would be sold as one now, but
that's the thing. It's not really a kid show because of the nudity and the perversion and the death in it. But I don't know who you market it to because the stories are not that engaging. I don't think in a lot of ways.
I think you marketed at 1980s teenagers.
Yeah. Yes.
Because apparently, and I found this out today,
Mhm.
there is a scene about midway, in an arc to do with Grandpa Gohan.
I've seen it.
If-
I know what you're gonna say. That happened today when I watched it.
Yeah, but with Bulma.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. That
If
happened.
you pause it at the
No.
right second,
Oh no.
you
yeah.
see nipples.
You see. Yeah, they drew them in. It's
And I
really
was-
quick, but if you pause it, it's there.
Because I haven't seen the uncensored Dragon Ball. I'm going to. It's my plan to watch it at some point. But
Mhm.
so I was just like, not only are they there, but they were there for what, a frame?
Or something like that. Yeah.
So just someone just was drawing this and just saying like, no, this is happening. We're doing this right.
It was probably
We're
like
gonna
that in the manga, I'm guessing. So it's like, well, I guess we have to have it in the
No,
show.
I think in the manga and stuff, it was always like from the back.
Really? Oh, all right.
Or like they did that thing where like pull down and then there'd just be like a speech bubble across her boobs.
Ah, right. That would make sense.
But yeah, but like, it is weird going back to Dragon Ball, especially with the Bulma stuff,
Yeah.
because she's such a secondary character,
Yeah.
and you know her portrayal is a lot less. Hey, look at them ass, them titties. But like you can kind of see it in Super, at least the prominence, because they bump her up to like I think she's the most prominent secondary character in Super before the Universal Tournament.
Probably. That would make sense.
Yeah. But going back to Dragon Ball and just seeing how was she introduced, slapping her ass at a child
Yep.
who she shot in the head.
As you do.
It
Goku has no equal as well. It's really weird. Goku never has a challenge. He's had like one challenge so far in the show. Two.
yeah.
Mercenary Tao and Jackie Chun, and that's it.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
like
it is
70
a bit.
episodes through, 75 episodes through. It's like,
He
what?
doesn't have an official rival in this show.
No. It's not
Like,
even
which
that.
is-
He doesn't, like, most of his villains, or the guys he's fought in tournaments and stuff, he's just blown through.
Mm.
The Red Ribbon
Um,
Army guys, he's blown through them as well.
Yeah, once you hit King Piccolo, and a bit of the Tien stuff, from what I remember, the Crane School stuff. But King Piccolo is kind of what, if you want to remember, if what people say, oh, this is why you watch Dragon Ball. The King Piccolo arc is it.
I assume that would be the case, yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't seen it in a long time, but no, it's a fun show.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm just not wowed by it, but I'm still going. And that's it. That's all I've really been up to of huge interest. Not super exciting, but good enough for Andy. You know, gets me through the week. Mikey. Oh, that was something else I did. We put up your interview with Margaret Scott to the people on Patreon.
Yes.
Scott.
I don't know. I think I was a little terrible in that one, but Margaret was very interesting, so it's a nice balance. But yeah, that'll be out for public during the week, I'm assuming.
Probably on Thursday, I'm assuming. I think I put it on Thursday last week, so it'll be on Thursday this week, or should be.
Yep, so it's mostly just going over general stuff about the comics. Interesting chat. Find out what she's doing now. Her weird interest in having a really weird Tankor relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not what you think it might be, but she's got a twisted mind. Yeah, and so it's interesting, and it was good to chat with her and catch up.
Sweet. Well, we'll end the show then, Mikey. Where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter as YouTube. You can find me on Twitter as Irish Pale on YouTube as GWolfie3. Help out with other sites occasionally. And if you want to contact us, you can do it at the Moonbase2 Gmail, which is themoonbase2@gmail.com. Or you can send us a message on Twitter and at the Moonbase2. Yeah, usually try to get back to people. In terms of stuff like that, yeah, keep an eye out for interviews. There's another one coming up probably next month.
Yes.
But That won't be on for a while, but it's with a man I really enjoyed talking to, so that'll be good fun. Yeah, that's me. Andy, what about yourself?
You can find me on Twitter and Tumblr as CCTFW, on YouTube as Cobra Commander TFW. You can find this podcast on the Moonbase 2 forums, or on iTunes, or on Facebook. We're on Twitter, like Mike said. You can also find us on YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. And if you want to help out the show and get things like the interview with Margaret Scott early, you can head over to patreon.com/moonbase2 and do $2 each month. You'll get that early. You'll also get early and extended from the Files of Teletran 2. And you'll also get Moonbase Woo-Woo as well. And that is it. Oh, you can head over to ccbunker.weebly.com where all my nonsense and woo-woo goes up as well, most of the time.
Let's play!
Let's play the Andy. Well, thank you, Mr. Mikey, for joining me on this week's episode, sir.
Thank you for breaking my mind several times during this experience.
Oh, it's what I'm here for, Mikey. I like to see you squirm. I like to see that lovely mind of yours crack like an egg.
She looks like a hooker.
Goodbye, everybody.